chances against renegades were pretty good. Now, I'm not so sure.
Hey, you. I'm Albert, and from what I hear, you're Aiden. You have quite the reputation, my boy. For being fearless. For boldly crisscrossing the city at night, as if it were broad daylight.
You believe all that?
At first, I didn't believe, because a pilgrim's always a guy with some kind of dark past. A bandit, a rebel, an outcast. But from what they say about you,
I'm sure whatever you've heard is an exaggeration.
nonsense, my boy. I have something you probably don't come across all that much. Faith. Faith in you.
I'd be careful with that.
It's no time to be careful, my boy. I believe that your strength, determination, and courage are just what you need to retrieve priceless treasures before they are lost forever. Before mankind is plunged irrevocably into the intellectual and philosophical Dark Ages.
So, your books, then?
This isn't about dime store paperbacks, boy. I'm talking about the greatest works of literature ever created through the eons of human existence. The greatest thought pieces, philosophical treatises, works of romance, drama, and horror. All of which serve to illuminate and uplift humanity itself. Losing such a heritage would reduce us to cavemen, with no better way to express ourselves than through savage grunts as we scratch crude figures on walls.
Sure. How can I help?
Work with me, please, to find and secure these treasures. I've been researching the local private book collections. If I'm right, many priceless volumes may be found all around the city. Of course, many of the dwellings are now infested by these horrible creatures of the night. That's where you come in. Here, take this list. Each title on it corresponds to one of the many facets of humanity. Fail to save them, and the diamond of mankind will dull and shatter like cheap glass. Remember, we are not simply creatures of flesh and blood, but also of mind and ideas. I am charging you with the salvation of the very spirit of man.
Right. I'm off then.
Inhibitor container detected. Inhibitor container detected.
We lost track of the fugitive. Over.
Don't let the selection dazzle you too much. Make sure you stop back.
I wish Bizarre folks would talk to us more. This feud is silly. We all want peace. Morning, Pilgrim.
Talk about bad luck. I just scrubbed a deck.
It's like when you wash your car. Get your ass on.
It's your boy here. It's like a PK buffet of supplies, right? Yep, I'll take that. Oh, that was on your radar, huh? Been casting for one of those. That's what I call some nice booty.
You should have seen the Pilgrim gear. When are they gonna whip us like that? I used to think that
Let me go! I'm innocent! So, got him? Got away. But I don't think those are renegades.
Seen you for a week. What's new?
I don't know. Yesterday's true.
recently I had to change anything.
Casey. Yeah, I heard.
Here are your books.
Not my books, dear boy. Our books. Humanity's books. The world is collectively sighing right now due to your efforts, and it doesn't even know why. This tale, your tale, will be the next great epic, and it's only begun. Ah, the Bible. I mean, well, that's like the book, right? Few books have shaped the world as profoundly as the Bible. Hans Christian Andersen and his fairy tales. Powerful stories of virtue and resilience. Children's tales, yes, but containing wisdom for all. You have just rescued the collective unconscious of the Western world. Thanks to you, the fire in the belly of humanity burns brighter today. Let's stoke it more, shall we? Thalia there is my associate. She helps me track the collections around the city. She will point you to the next locations as I catalog the books you bring me.
Hi, Aiden. I'm Thalia. So, you're the pilgrim Albert told me is helping us rebuild humanity's library.
I am.
Albert's a wonderful man. I only hope others will appreciate what he's trying to do. We're not in the middle of the Renaissance, you know. Few people read. What about you?
What about me?
Do you read?
When I can. Not often.
Then tell me what you think. Between the Bible and Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tales, which would you consider a better guide to human behavior?
It depends on who you are, and what you need to get by, doesn't it?
Thoughtfully answered. Seems there's more to you than meets the eye. And what meets the eye is pleasing enough. You're a breath of fresh air, Aiden. We must talk again next time you bring back books for Albert. Speaking of which, here are the locations of more books.
Inhibitor container detected.
I can see you!
Never mind.
You can't be fucking serious.
He got me!
Didn't see a thing.
Why can't we find the fuck? We have fire will come along.
I got a good story. Who here remembers cats?
Disloyal. Dogs, boy. You seen a cat lately?
No, they're small.
Need to get myself a new weapon at the armory. Worn out.
Lucky it didn't hit us.
This war with the
Wiped us
renegades
out.
makes no sense. Infected, the true enemy.
I didn't do that. Pretend I didn't hear that, Private.
Haven't seen you for a week. What's new? I know.
Damn, this shit is heavy.
Such well-kept hands. Thanks.
You found them! My research was spot on. Here, we have the complete works of William Shakespeare. His stories are some of the most often retold and adapted in history. So universal were his themes. His tragedies were the most popular. Are we humans drawn to tragedy? Something to reflect upon. The Arabian Nights. Originally 1001 Nights. A seminal collection of stories, folk tales, and songs that span a continent over several centuries. It is a melting pot of literature, sometimes fantastical, often violent. Not unlike life in our own city. More monumental achievements secured from destruction. Let's keep at it. I believe Thalia already has readied a new list.